All right, you guys, so I am dying to get this frame together. So let's go. First of all, I want to say, as you guys know, if you've been on my channel for a while, or if you just clicked in to see this build, I shoot everything raw from the hip. Like, I want you guys to have, like, I want to build this, like, from raw with no experience, whatever, so that if I do end up supporting this product, you guys have, like, the same experience that I have. And also, if you like what's going on here, please go in my channel and check out my other content. Don't just click subscribe on this one video. I would rather have like 3,000 subscribers that actually are interested in my content and watch my videos than have 100,000 subscribers and only get like 1,000 views. I'd rather have 3,000 and get 1,000 views. So I don't promote, I don't do any of that shit. So we shoot it raw from here. So here's the parts we're not gonna be using. Let's get this here box out. Set her over here for now, and we will get out our trusty instructions. Put all this crap back in there that we don't need, or we're not gonna use. We don't need the GoPro mount for now. We need the hardware. We need these here cam things, I believe. And I think that is about it for now. So we can set that over here. We're gonna break out our trusty instructions. We won't need these till we put the motors on. All right, so we can get those out of the way. We'll need these cam cheeks. Let's open this bad boy up. Dump out all these little packets. It might be a handy little baggie. We'll hang on to that for a minute. We got some more press nuts in here. I'm not sure where those go, but we're gonna find out. So, according to our trusty instruction manual, step number 1 says to put these here cam cheeks together. So we need, what do we need? B4. Before and after. B4 is a standoff of some sort. So let's find a B4. Oh wait, it doesn't say like B4 on here. I'm gonna tell you something though. Like, this frame is only like 45 bucks or something like that. I would charge you that much just to make the instructions and put all this little shit in the baggies and put all these little tags on them. There's some standoffs. We'll set those over there. Here's our cam cheeks. We need these, obviously. I can't, my fat fingers won't open little teeny baggies like this, so we are gonna scissor this shit. I'm gonna guess that these are the frame standoffs, because I've built a quad or two in my day. These are probably more of the standoffs we're gonna need to go in between that camera thing. Where's that other camera cheek? These are camera screws. I can tell we don't need those. Oh, I bet these are it right here for the camera cheeks. Where's the other cheek? There it is. Get that out. Trusty garbage can. Scooch this over a little bit. Scooch all this over here. Here's the cam cheeks. There's a piece of grass or dirt or something in there. And my instructions fell on the floor. Let's see if we can isolate this a little better. So, B4 says it is a M2 by 19. So, this one doesn't have a tag on it, but I bet you, I can tell that those are M2s and these are M3s, right? That's not difficult. So we need those. And I only see one standoff down there though. What's going on with that? What screws do we need? E4. E4 screws. A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3. E4 are M2 by 11s. M3 by 11s. M2 by 11, so there's that. They actually probably could have simplified these a little bit by just putting the B4 or whatever on here, or putting M3 by 11 on there instead of, yeah, you guys know what I mean. So let's get these bad boys open. Where to put my snips. So we need these little guys here. Maybe they gave us an extra one. That's always possible. These little guys here. And then we'll need our trusty M2 driver. That's personalized with skadoosh on there. They're very old, so it's all worn off. It was laser etched on there at one point in time. All right, anyway. Which way goes to the inside? There's like a little lip there. I'm gonna guess that lip goes to the inside. Yeah. According to this, the little lip goes to the inside. And the little cheeks. So these are gonna sit, that's the outside. That's the outside. So he's gonna sit like that. And his little cheeks tuck inside of them. Like so. Got it. So now we'll run a screw through this side to hold it in there. And screw our standoff into that so that it don't wiggle around too much. Oh wow. They even come pre-done with a little bit of blue thread lock on there. Holy mackerel. They really put some time. I really hope that this frame works out for me, because they really put some freaking time and effort into this thing. It's very, very obvious. The details. Like I said, I'm not real big on these super complicated frames, but who knows? Who knows? We shall see. So that goes like that. That goes in there like that. And this is where the little plastic protectors are supposed to go on too, but we are not going to use those. I don't need no stinking protection. So we're not going to tighten this all the way down because we still got to get a camera in there. Well, we'll get it close. Maybe we'll back them off a little bit later. Let's see how that goes. I mean, I guess this could have been built at any point. It doesn't necessarily need to be built right now. So, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, so this can take two sizes of cameras, a 20mm or a 19mm. So let's see what the difference in the... Do you just flip the things over? So apparently, you can see how these have the little tabs in there. So if you put them the big way, they're going to be for the 20mm camera, which is what we're going to use because we're using the air unit, right? But they also have little tabs going the other way. So if you're going to use a 19mm camera, you flip those cheeks over. That is freaking genius. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Definitely impressed with that they thought about that. That is freaking cool. All right, hopefully we got them in the right way. I'm pretty sure we do because they're sunk back in there. Well, here. Let's just take the guesswork out of that right now, eh? Actually, that says it's 19mm. Nope, it's 20 on the dot. Boom. That is pretty freaking cool. All right, we're gonna set that to the side. And we got an extra little standoff and screw here. I don't know if it's extra for sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. In case we crash. Oh, we will crash. Just depends on how hard we crash. All right, so that's pretty freaking cool, guys. 19 or 20mm. Okay, so let's get to this guy here. We need E7 and E8 screws. It looks like to put the frame together. E7 and E8, M3 by 11 and M3 by 13. M3 by 11. M3 by 13. Any other little deals in there I missed? Little grommets or anything? Then we have B5s that also come up through the arms for the stacks. And the B5s are M3 by 28. Which of those? All right. So let's see if we can finagle this guy together, eh? I think that's it. B5, E8, A4 is the arms. We know what that is. Top plate, bottom plate. And we got the standoffs right there. So I think that's all we're gonna need for this step. We'll need the M3 driver this time. 2.5. 2.0. Sorry. Get these bad boys open. Where's that, let's utilize this here cover from the motor to keep our stuff in so it doesn't get scattered around and mixed up with all the other hardware I got scattered everywhere. My bench is actually fairly clean right now, comparatively. What the normal chaos that I have going on. We'll see if we need these 18s or not. Because I'm shooting for lighter than my QAVR would normally be. Since it's a lighter frame, we should be able to build it lighter. Right? Right. Okay. So, this guy here is going to be the bottom plate going that way. arms have the little lobes out that way. And it says, which one? I'm sorry, which ones does it say go in the arms? I got them all mixed up in the pan there now. Idiot. So those ones going down through there are going to be the E7s. And the E7s are 11 millimeter. The E8s are 13 millimeter. So we can tell the difference on that, right? These are 11 millimeter right here. And these are...
It's just separated out. It's millimeter. Like an idiot. Now we're back. Check everything. For those guys. Those guys. These are long ones. Those are the 13s. Yeah, you know, there should be 2 more 11s. Wait, what? These are the 11s, right? No, those are 13s. 11s and 11. These are the 11s. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, anyway. I got this right.
Wifey's out there vacuuming. I can hear her. Those seem a little long. Do I have that right? Let me double check this. Oh boy. Once you get through a new frame the first time, then the second time you know where everything goes, right? It says those are the E7s out there on the arms. And it says they are the 11 millimeters. Am I missing something? Oh! I know what I'm missing. Freaking dumb bone slap motherfucker. You need the top plate too. Dumbass. That's got to go like that. Oh, Jesus. Fucking tard. Wandering around here. I hope that was in camera shot. I wasn't paying attention. So, here's where the fun part comes. Trying to hold all this shit together while you get that shit in there. That makes sense now, doesn't it? Don't it? Once we get the first one in, it should be fairly easy to manipulate the rest. Make sure I'm in camera shot here. Now, see, that makes much more sense. Now it's sitting flush. Look at that. It's got little cutouts for the screws to sit down in there. I mean, holy crap. The details in this frame are pretty freaking spectacular, I must say. So now we'll slip this arm in there. Like so. Right, that's the bottom. That's the bottom. That's the top. Yes, indeedy. Those holes lined up right there. Slide.
Don't cinch these down, just like that. I'll cinch them down later, because we need to be able to slide this shit. Up in there, up in there. Why you got a vacuum in? I'm talking to the dogs, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Hopefully not. It don't matter. It don't matter. Ain't no thing. She went on strings, see all those arms are in my beard, and all that together in the middle like that. That's fabulous. Like I said, this over-under design, in my opinion, is a great design for like strength. And then being able to make the frame fairly light. That's what I don't know. Then having a full solid plate. Just fight me. There she goes. Just fight me, get through that. Nice little part there. A little cricket or something. There we go, some of the shit in there, but that was it. Nope. Kill me. Kill me here. Just one little wiggle. Try to see that. Line up. I can't see there, so which way I need to go. There it goes. Ta-da!
Again, we're not going to cinch these all the way down. I leave everything a little bit loose and then give the whole frame a once over once I get it all together. So there's that. There's the bottom and there's that. Right? So now we need the, I'm sure it's going to be these to go up through the arms for the standoffs. E8. E8. 13 millimeters. Millimeters. Yippers. So these are going to come up through the armpits. Right here. I don't know why I'm doing this by hand. I got this freaking thing sitting right here. I'm killing myself. Boom! Dad burn idiot. She's pinched a little bit. Just pinched a little bit in there. So now we gotta go back to the hand driver until she goes through. Tight tolerances. I like that. I like it. I like it tight.
That's alright, I like that. I like being that tight. No wiggle. No wiggle.
There we go. And then these bad boys go on top of here. According to this here drawing. Nice, thick, heavy-duty standoffs all the way around the stack. So that's pretty fantastic. And then those little white pieces we're supposed to click on here, but I am not going to use those. And look, they gave us a spare standoff. Or is it a spare? We don't know for sure yet. We don't know for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna guess, let me see. We only got 2 of those and 2 of those. What goes through this center one here? Oh, those are the 418s. But there's a problem here. Those 18s are going to be for a 30 by 30. And we are using a 20 by 20. Which is going to go in the middle like so. So I don't know. Let's see if they thought of that. And gave us some spare. They gave us 2 spares here, as far as I can tell, of the 13 millimeters. But I do not see any more 13 millimeters. I'm going to guess that these are going to be motor bolts, because there's a whole shit pile of them. Or something like that. I don't know. We'll see later. So that means that if we're using a 20 by 20 stack, they did not give us the spare screws to screw these here arms down. Looks like they may have gave us 2 each of spares in case we stripped one or whatever. We're going to have to come up with our own screws for those, which I guess isn't necessarily their fault. Think of every little detail like that, but because they probably say it's for 30 by 30. That doesn't matter. It's all good. Ain't nothing but a thing. These are 12 millimeter, so they're not quite gonna go in there flush like the other ones, but it should be more than plenty strong to just be the 3rd screw on the arm. Was I in shot? I don't know. Probably out of camera on half of this like an idiot. You guys can see what's going on there. So I popped these 12 millimeters in there, like so. And actually, they worked out just fine. See, they're just poking through on the other side. So that'll be just fine. They're gonna hold fantastically. So why did the 13s? Oh, because the 13s went on the standoffs. That's why the longer ones went on the standoffs. So the 12s are perfect. That worked out well. All right, so now we cinch everything down. Well, we don't have to cinch the standoffs, I guess, but we cinch all these arm holding screws down. Get everything a wee bit tight. I'll probably give this another once over before the end of everything. That's just how I am. And then I will suggest, like I periodically go through my frames and check for loose screws. Every 4th or 5th time out, something like that. Just to make sure. Eventually they get cinched down enough where they'd never come loose again. You still take them out, but I mean, but they're, you know, this is a quad. There's tons of vibrations. So always check your quads, especially if you're getting a little jello in your video or something. You may just have some loose arm screws and you're messing with PIDs and wondering what the hell's going on. And it may just be a loose arm screw. So there's that. Okay, that wasn't so bad. And I really like, now that I know how it goes together, I'll be able to do it quickly. I really like the over-under. Instead of just having 4 arms with like a plate that smacks on there. And we can see even the these are recessed for the stack. But we'll get to that later. Anyway. Tighten these down just a fuzz. You kind of got to have both ends on to get these right, though. We'll get them as good as we can by hand for now. I may even end up unscrewing them when I start soldering the soldering the ESC, soldering the motors to the ESC, because they may be in the way. But we'll see when we get there. So we don't need these because those are for the 30, and I guess these are spare parts. So we will use that little motor container for any spare parts we have for later. Or if they're not spares, I'll be able to find them. So all right, how does this camera face go on here? So for the camera face, it says we need the E1s. E1 is an M2 by 5 millimeter. So M2 by 5 right there. So we'll go back to our little driver, our 1.5. And then the camera face is just gonna, which way's up? I guess that way's up. That's just gonna go in there like so. Looks good to me. These are kind of sticking down. Do they click in there somewhere? Over those edges. Did I do something wrong there? See, these little things are sticking down right here. I believe they should like hook into the frame, right? They're not flush. I guess there's not a lip there, so maybe they're... I don't know. Oh. Okay. There's little cutouts right here. I was trying to put it on the wrong way. There is little cutouts for those little tabs in there. I was trying to slip it on from the outside. So, once again, I've proved I'm a dumbass. Okay, we got that. This is going to be a little fiddly because that shit is tiny. And I got big fat fingers. Get our trusty lid so we don't lose any of those. So there's a whole shitload of them little failers. Half my shit's magnetic. Dagnammit. So, if we look at the frame right here, there's little teeny tabs right there for these little here tabs on the camera thing to stick into. That's why I was so confused. I'm going to say that I would have probably done this different to make it easier had I known. I would probably screw these onto the frame first and then put the little plastic things to the inside. For sure. Would have definitely made it easier than trying to hold all this shit together and get it in there. And I may just revert back to doing that if I'm not successful here real soon. I'm getting this in there. But I'm pretty skilled. Ain't my first rodeo.
Not too hard. Leave them a little loose till we get everything in there the way we want it. And cinch her down later. And again, all these are recessed into the carbon. So they really put a lot of time into programming the machine to make all these little freaking cuts, man. That is pretty badass, I must say. Okay. So now these should click into those little tabs down there. Once it's all lined up correctly. There it goes. That one's in there like somewhere. This one isn't quite. There it goes. Alright, there's that. We're definitely gonna be...
Okay, so now that my dumbass figured out that I had that freaking camera cage upside down, we got that sorted out, and now all the little tabs fit in there all nice and neat. So there we go. That is the bottom build of the frame. And then, of course, our little top plate with the little camera tabs right there just pops right on there like so, and it fits on there all nice and tidy neat now. One thing I noticed, and then we got these two here, these little back standoffs that go back here, right? Yep, here. So, looking at this frame, let's take one of these here standoffs off real quick. I think one of them was a little loose. Yeah, this one right here. I'll take this off real quick. Got the wrong size thing. Let's eyeball something here. You see that right there? There's only a few millimeters, even though these are nice, big, thick, heavy standoffs. And then we got the smaller standoffs in the back. And then we just have this camera rack up front. What I'm gonna do here, can probably use these 28s that I'm not gonna use for the 30 by 30 stack. and still be able to have enough room to get a screw in the top. Yeah, we'll try that. What I'm going to do is put these longer screws in where these standoffs go and sacrifice just a couple grams so that when the battery's on here, it's a little stronger and this can't rack around and maybe bend one of these up or bend the standoffs or anything like that, just to give it some better strength. Of course, you guys can do it however the hell you want. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's run one up in here real quick. Jalapeno. And then put this standoff on. If these 28s are too long, I think I said 18s earlier, but these are 28s. If these are too long to get the, oh, see, there's a little stopper in the middle of them. The hole doesn't go all the way through. So, let me look, let me look down the hole there. Well, it does go all the way through, but maybe it's not threaded all the way through. Yeah, it's not threaded all the way through. So you cannot use the 28s. It's okay, because I just happen to have some 18s. Where'd they be? And I think these 18s should be perfect. That way it'll give me a little more stability. Like I said, from the frame racking around, I like that tight tolerance right there where you got to screw the thing in before there's even screw in. She got hung up there. Look at that, it tightens down even. Yeah, see? So now we got some meat going up into this here standoff. And that works out perfectly. And since there's a spacer in the middle there that it can't go any further, I know we're still gonna be able to get our top screws in there. So let me get 3 more of these out. I am not gonna bore you with watching me swap these out. I just wanted to show you the little change that I'm gonna make to my particular build to add a little strength. I mean, we're going from a 13 millimeter to an 18 millimeter. So it may add like 2 grams. And that is that. So there's the frame all together. There's our motor skids. Here's our motor screws. They gave us all the motor screws we need with little washers for if we don't use the skids. But if you do use the skids, you have to use one of these in a washer and then one of these M9s on another hole, because as you can see, there's a lip in there and there's no lip in there. I suppose that's so if you want to just go with 2 screws or something. I'm not sure exactly why they didn't do all 4 of them the same. Maybe they have some reason for that that is unbeknownst to me. But I like skids. So there's the frame all together with all our parts. Spare press nuts. There's the nuts for the top plate. There's spacers and nuts for the stack, the skids, the motor screws, the spacers. And these here M2x8s are for if you want to put the GoPro mount on there. So they gave you longer ones. You can use the regular little M2x5s to put it on without the GoPro mount, or you use those M8s to put the GoPro mount on, like so. That's that. There's the frame. So in the and look at that little nugget sits right down in that little groove like that. That's pretty freaking neato. These guys really did a bang up job of putting this thing together. Anyhow, so that is that. We will, next we'll be building the quad. So enough freaking bullshit. There's everything. There's the frame. Looks great. Boom.